Morning everyone, welcome to the demo. So today we will be seeing how we can leverage n8n to automate our day-to-day activities. n8n is a workflow automation tool as you are seeing in the screen, which we can build automations or workflows to automate our day-to-day activities without writing a single line of code. So n8n.io is the website. If you go there, we can see more about the tool. The documentation, detailed documentation is there. If you are interested in purchasing their enterprise version with multiple features and support, we can do that, and there are different pricing options. So for this demo, we'll see how we can use the open source version of n8n, which is self-hosted. That means you can host it in your enterprise systems or even your laptop or MacBook and start automating your day-to-day work without without the need of an engineer or without the need of an engineering team. You can all do it by yourself. So before starting, let me make it clear. This video is for non-tech people, not for engineers, not for developers, not for programmers. This is for people from sales, marketing, finance, customer support, and all other non-tech domains. So if you are an engineer or if you are a hardcore programmer, please feel free to skip the video. Cool. So before using n8n, we need to install n8n either in your Windows or MacBook. So this is called self-host n8n. Ideally, they recommend installing it in a server, but when I say server, the non-tech people will be like, we don't need it. So let's see how we can use it in our Windows machine or a MacBook and start automating the workflow. So I'm not going to go detail into the installation of n8n. Maybe we can have another video for that. And n8n has documented it pretty smooth here. So there are multiple ways to install n8n on your Windows or MacBook. I would suggest npm. That's the easiest and fastest method as per me. Somebody might like Docker or other server setups. So if you don't have Node.js installed in your Windows or Mac, you can download it from here, install Node.js on Windows, and then you can leverage those. So again, it's very simple. You have a just like installing any other application, it will take you through all the step-by-step instructions. And once you have installed Node.js, you can come back and start following the steps here. Not gonna go detail into it. Maybe we can have another video for the same, but for now, how to run this, you can just go to search button here, or you can do Control R, use CMD, you will get something like command prompt here, and you can just open it. So once you open it, you can just say npm space -v. So this will make sure that the Node.js and npm versions are installed in your machine. If you are getting any error, you can use ChatGPT. Just copy paste the error in ChatGPT, and I'm sure it'll have step-by-step instructions on how to fix it. As discussed, we can have another video on the installation part of it. But for now, let's proceed with it. So once you are done with this, you can follow the steps here, like install npm globally. So you can do npm install n8n -g. So you can just run it. I've already ran it on the other instance, so you can see you will get something like this. It will install all the packages. Boom, done. So now you know why I like npm. It's that easy. And once the command prompt is done, you can go here and write n8n start, and that will start your n8n instance in the browser. You will get something like this. So now we have installed npm or npm and n8n. Now let's see how we can build a workflow from scratch. So this is where you will get once you click n8n.start, you type enter, you will reach this page. Now let's see how we can build an automated workflow using n8n. So before that, I'll take you through different parts of n8n. We have something called as editor. So as the name indicates, this helps us to build the workflow. We have executions, which will have past executions of this particular workflow. We'll also have evaluations, which shows the evaluations of our executed workflows. As you can see in the screen, it's a little slow. So you have to register to enable the evaluation. So let's go to editor. We'll keep it very simple for this video. We'll only focus on editor and executions. So editor, as the name indicates, this helps in developing a workflow. So the first step is to add a trigger. So what is a trigger? So when do you want to run this workflow? You want to run manually, you want to schedule it, you want to run based on an instance. So you have multiple triggers. As you can see here, you can trigger it manually. You can run the flow when something happens in app like Telegram, Notion or Airtable. For example, if you are getting a message, getting a reply from a for a sales deal, so then you can trigger this workflow. On schedule, you can do it. If you are integrating it with a form, for example, for marketing, you are asking them to fill a Google form, and once they click enter, you have to run this workflow. You can do that. So going back to the first thing, this is for non-technical people, not for engineers, programmers, or developers. So as you can see here, each of the things they have mentioned it in plain English. So you can just read it and click it. So I'll trigger it manually for now. So I just click trigger. You can see here when clicking execute workflow. So when I click execute workflow, this particular thing will trigger. So for this demo, what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to pick data from Google Sheet and send those people a pre-created email. So I have a Google Sheet here with just my name and email ID, and I want to send them a mail from this particular mail account. So I don't have any mails here which are sent. So I'll send a pre-defined mail from this mailbox to this particular ID. So now let's see how we can build that. So I'll go back to editor again. So the first thing is I need to get the details from Google Sheet. So what I'll do is I'll click the plus here. I can see lot of action here. So it can be action from an app. I can create a flow. I can create webhooks. Webhooks is nothing but calling another API, HTTP request, calling another API, and webhooks, set the webhooks, etc. So let me see what I can do. I need to take it from the Google Sheet. So I'll just search Google Sheet here. Hooray, you have it here. So if you are using a SharePoint list, you can search SharePoint. I'm sure you will have it here. Uh, so yeah, Microsoft SharePoint. So you can take it from SharePoint, you can take it from online Excel, you can take it from Teams, you can take it from Outlook. So wherever the data is, you can take it from there. For this demo, we'll go with Google Sheets. So as I said, there are two things, triggers and action. We have opted for manual trigger. We can also trigger based on when a row is added, when a row is updated, etc. I was working closely with GTM sales team in my previous stint with LinkedIn, and I've also seen people leveraging Excel, like multiple people share same Excel and then they do actions based on update, etc. So this is a place where you can use that, like somebody else updating an Excel at the same time you can trigger the workflow. So for us, our thing is get the rows from Excel. So get rows in sheet. So I'll just click that. As you can see, just double click on it. And you can see here the credentials to connect with. So I already have created a credential to connect with. In this case, we'll have to create that. So how can we do that? We'll click on the button here, edit button here. So this is how we add credentials. Now, from where I can get this particular information is the second question. So let's see how we can do that. I'll create a new credential and we'll see. So once I create new credential, it'll ask me like client ID and client secret. So if you are using an enterprise organization or if you are part of an enterprise, you can check with your admin to get client ID and client secret or service account. So there will be service accounts created for each of the teams or each of the use case. So you can ask them to create a service account for you and get the details or get client ID and client secret. If you are the admin or if you want to create it on your personal instance, I'll show you how to do that. So as I said, n8n has created amazing documentation for this. So you can just click on the documentation and it will give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. For example, open your Google Cloud Console and create a new project. Go to project name, location, and create a new project. Once you create a new project, go to the library. I'll show you. So once we create a new project, you can click here, go to the API services and API and services, go to the library, and then enable the particular APIs. So in this case, we are using Google Sheet. So Google Sheet is part of Google Drive. So we'll have to enable both Google Drive and Google Sheet APIs. So if you scroll down, you can see Google Drive API and Google Sheet API. And we also want to send the email. So we'll use Gmail API as well. So to enable those, you can just click on them, like I already enabled those. So to enable an API, you can just click on them and click enable here so that it will get enabled. So these are this step. So once you enable the API, what you can do is you can then go to OAuth consent screen and follow the other step. So let's go to OAuth consent screen. So again, we'll go to API services and go to OAuth consent screen. So we'll go here and we'll create a new OAuth connection. So how to do that? Again, it's clearly mentioned here. Go to consent screen, get started, overview tab, click on the app name, user support email. So we'll probably have to create a new app. So one second. So I just swapped the account because I already created the OAuth authentication. So, but if you follow this, you can see like you go to OAuth consent screen, then go to overview, and then you can get started with the consent authentication. You can just follow these steps here, like adding an app name, adding audience, and all those other items. So once you're done with authorized domain, make sure that you're adding your local host here. So this particular stuff. So add your local host here, not the callback URL, but the local host in the authorized domains. Then save. The next step, go to API credentials and create a credential. So this is where you have to enter your redirect URL and where you will get your client ID and secret. I can show you that now. So if you go back to your, let me go back to my projects. If I go to API services and credentials, so this is a place where I can add all the details, and create client ID just by following the steps. Create a web application, add the redirect URL. So this is your redirect URL here. Copy this and paste it here and save. Then you will get your client secret and client ID. So make sure that you save your client secret and you will get the client ID as well. And just copy paste it here and that's it, done. So I've already created it. I'll use our Google Sheet account, and from where I need to take the data, I need to take it from, let it load. I forgot the name. Yeah, it is test n8n and it is sheet 1. So you can add any filters if you want, like if you want to take with something with just some account or any other filter condition, you can add it here. So this is how we get name and email ID from this sheet. Now, the next step is to add, let's search for Gmail. We have Gmail here and send a message. I just click on that. Again, the Gmail account, we can create the same way we created the other account by giving the client ID and secret. You don't have to follow it again. You can just reuse the client ID and secret because we have enabled the Gmail APIs as well there. We have to send a message. I'll just type the word testing n8n demo and hi, how are you? Let's see. And two, I'll be sending it to that particular mail ID. Let's see how we can do that. So you can see here there are two things, fixed and expression. Fixed means you want to send it to a list of users or if you are hard coding something. So here also you can see fixed or expression. Expression means if you are using something which is from the workflow. For example, if you want to use this mail ID, so the email will return these variables, right? So this is what I want to use. So I'll add it here so that whatever mail I am getting from the Excel, the email will be shared to that particular ID. Got it? Similarly, if you are using ChatGPT to create personalized email, you will have similar thing for ChatGPT and you just add it here. So that's how the variables work in n8n. Again, you don't have to write a code, might look scary, but you can just drag and drop it. That's it. And the complete workflow is ready. Now let's see how we can execute this. As I said, the editor part is done. Now it's the executor part. So I can just click execute workflow. It will go through it. So tick means it's successful, successful. And now we can see if the mail has been sent from this. You can see it's sent to my other mail ID with the subject and name as quick as possible. Now to see if this got executed later, you can go to executions and you can see this is succeeded at this particular time. Just took 4 seconds, hardly 4 seconds to execute the workflow. So similar to get row and send mail, if you are using Outlook in your office, you can use Microsoft Outlook. If you are using OneDrive for getting the information, you can use Teams, you can use WhatsApp, you can use whatever you want here. So most of the components are available here. WhatsApp Business is there, Telegram is there, so you can just use those to send the mail. You can also use third-party tools like email check. For example, if the email ID is valid or not, you can use third-party tools like ref signals, which gives you 100% confirmation on whether the email is correct or not, so that you can reduce the bounce rates. So the tools like ref signals give you HTTP client, so you can just use the HTTP request to ref signals, get the input and use it here, so that you make sure that you don't have any bounce from the mails you sent. I was discussing it with a friend who was in sales, and he was like, "Oh, this is too much time to work on these things. For sending email, it's easy. But what if I want to send a personalized email to multiple channels like LinkedIn email, WhatsApp, Gmail? How can we do that?" Yes, there are two ways of doing it. Either you can sit down and search here, insert it, and do it, or n8n provides an open source community. So as I said, we are using community version and n8n has a very strong community. So thanks to all the good folks out here, we have something called templates in n8n. So you can go to n8n.io, go to products, go to templates, and we have a lot of templates created here. We have like 7,888 templates, and every day people upload templates. So what is a template? So for example, I want to automate a sales outreach. So I'll come here and I'll search for sales outreach. And I can see the code created by a lot of folks, lot of very good folks, and they have uploaded it for free so that people like us can use it without paying anything. So this guy Aditya Malur, I don't know who he is it, but he's a very gentle soul. He has created a big project and uploaded it for free. So how can I use it? I can just go here and use it for free. I can either copy the template and make it clear, import it to my local instance. That's it, done, boom. And you have the whole code created by Aditya free for use. So what all it has, it takes the data from Google Sheet, it sends email, it creates personalized email using OpenAI, it sends to WhatsApp, Telegram and other sources. So you just have to, just like how we did, you have to enter your credentials here. Username, password or client ID and stuff like that. And once that is done, you can just execute the workflow like we did on the other part. So let me zoom it in. Let's see what he has done. So he's done a lot of stuff. See, this guy is very helpful. He has created notes. He has created step-by-step instructions. This just makes sure the community is for non-tech people. He has written in detail like what you need to do and how to configure. Wow, amazing man. Thank you so much, Aditya. And he goes through step by step. Get the items, uses AI agent to create personalized message, updates the sheet and goes to LinkedIn, updates the email, goes to send messages in WhatsApp, mail, and Telegram. And he has given like each step he has given clear notification on what it does and how to configure it. Similarly, if you are from customer support, you can just go here, go to templates and search if you have something for customer support. So let's see, customer support, and you'll definitely have a lot of things like customer support web chatbot or WhatsApp bot connected with Google Docs. So it'll go to Google Doc, get the details, and reply to your WhatsApp messages 24/7. Tawad Mohammed has uploaded it for free 8 months back. For marketing, market research, marketing, you'll have n number of workflows created. See, market research, you have 734 created. Aggregate news articles using News API. See, if you are a marketing person or a salesperson working on aggregating news articles from different sources every day, just use it workflow. Within seconds, you will get that detail. And Joel has uploaded it for free for use. You just have to go here and import it, and boom, you go. You can use it. So we are almost 20 minutes in the demo, and you can see that I have not used a single line of code anywhere. Just have to add the details here. That's it. And everybody who are uploading the code has given good documentation so that people can read through it and take actions on there. And I've never written a single line of code. It's just copy paste and use this particular workflows. And you can execute the workflow as I said in the past. We'll come up with a detailed demo and installation demo next. Hope you like the video, but please do try this. World is moving forward with AI, and it's the right time to catch up with such kind of tools. Thank you all.